Hey there, Motorcycle and Power Sports News fam. This is Jackie Van Ham with another awesome bike here at Fuel Cleveland, and it is your Ride of the Week. Allison, thank you so much for taking the time to talk us through this awesome tribute bike.
Yes.
Captain America bike. Very, very cool. And this has got an awesome story. Can you go ahead and talk to us a little bit about this bike?
Yeah, so, this is one of the most iconic movies that captured, especially in that time, the chopper culture, Peter Fonda. It was amazing, and it really set America and once again, that industry on fire. And so it was something that, Chris is the client, he wanted. He had the helmet and the jacket that was actually signed by Peter Fonda. And so he's like, man, I've always wanted this. When I was a kid growing up watching that movie and, just that scene when they're riding, and I was like, hey man, we can absolutely do that for you.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was really fun.
First of all, how fun is it to have that client that's like, I want you to create arguably the most iconic motorcycle in the history of motorcycles.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a wild story. He once was a client, and now we're doing all this together. This is what brought us together in our whole path with American Metal Customs and everything we're doing. So it's not only a cool bike with, the reputation what it has, but, it's our story as us as, starting this custom company too.
The custom company, and then I'm guessing probably friendship.
Yes, oh my God, yeah. Doing this stuff with people is so much fun, and you really get into someone deeper than just, hey, the surface level stuff. You get the story, you get the heart and feel behind it. So there was a lot of love put into it. It is a tribute bike. Most of these pieces were sourced and found. It's not completely handcrafted, but once again, it's the backstory and just the iconic, nature of the motorcycle.
So let's get into just a little bit of the details of this. I know, like you've already touched on, you have a helmet and jacket signed by Peter Fonda. Amazing.
Yeah.
And then what's going on with this bike? What's the engine? What's the power plant? What are we doing here?
So as everybody knows, that bike was a Panhead. So they were early, and they built a couple of them for the movies. The crash one, there was multiple ones. And so this one's a 1951 FL Harley-Davidson Panhead. It's got a 4-speed ratchet transmission with a shakeover that Harley did to put it into a hand clutch. The frame obviously has a big rake on it. I think this was a 43-degree angle hydraulic fork. And the rest of the bike was just finding those special pieces that really made it, and captured that movie. The tail lights, the big sissy bar, the seat, the big fishtail parts. Those are all those are all the parts that really give it, that vibe. And I did a lot of research to really find out how was it actually made? What were the actual specs? What were the bars? What were all these pieces to really get that feel of the bike? A lot of people have done these and they've kind of put their own twist on it, or maybe they didn't want the mechanical brake. Well, I really wanted to do it just how they did it back then.
That's awesome. That was my next question, was going to be, how faithful do you consider this as a tribute? Is this 90%, 100%?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple little things, but I would say this is like 95% of what that actual movie bike was. I did a lot of research of the one they had in the museum and all that to really get that feel of it, and really, along with this stuff, make it feel like, holy shit, that's the bike.
Yeah. So you said that this is a Panhead. Have you done any engine building to it? Has it had any overbore or anything to it? It's just stock?
Just a stock Panhead. The once again, the 4-speed stock transmission, the mechanical back brake. The primary, all that stuff was stock, and that's how it was back then. They were choppers, they weren't hot rods.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice. That's excellent.
Yeah,
What's absolutely beautiful, you touched on it real quick, but just real fast, what is your shop name and where are you guys located?
So we're out of Danbury, Connecticut. It's called American Metal Customs, and we build high-end motorcycles, cars, hot rods, custom paint, interior. What anybody needs, you can stop by and we'll make it happen.
You do all the fun stuff.
Yeah. We feel very blessed. We got a whiskey company. We're about ready to drop that. We're doing a lot of cool stuff.
Very cool. Well, Josh, thank you so much for taking the time to talk us through
having me.
This wonderful bike,
Yeah.
and it's your Ride of the Week.